Well folks, I'm a rookie today. In most of the videos on this channel, we're walking you through our gardening lives, showing you how to do things that we've got a decent amount of experience doing. But today I did something I've never done before. I planted shallots. So shallots are all the rage with the chefs and the foodies nowadays, but it's just something we've never grown before around here. I don't really know of anybody that grows them regularly in their garden around here, but it was something we definitely wanted to give a try. So we were talking to a farmer in Indiana, and he grows these things on a pretty large scale, and he wanted to send us a few bags, several different varieties to try, and there's a good chance we'll end up carrying these on our site come fall. So shallots are an allium, which means they're related to garlic and onions, but the bulbs don't get as big as onions. They're kind of small here, and supposedly the flavor is a lot sweeter and milder than onions, and a lot of people like to use them in soups and stuff like that. And as opposed to onions that we plant from plants, we plant these shallots here from sets. So this is kind of a little immature bulb here that we plant, and these things will multiply out kind of like bunching onions and form anywhere from 8 to 10 little shallots there in a bunch from each one of these little sets that we plant. Now they sent us 4 varieties to try. 2 of them are elongated like this, and 2 of the varieties are more round like this one here. So for the elongated ones, we've got a variety called banana and a variety called semi-long. And then for the round ones here, we've got a variety called bonita and a variety that they just call traditional. Now I had to do a little research before I planted these guys because I've never done it before, to figure out what my row spacing needed to be and what my in-row set spacing needed to be. And from what I read, you can plant these guys on rows as close as 1 foot apart. But I decided to go with 1.5 foot because it just worked out better with the 4 rows I was going to plant in this allocated area right here. As far as the in-row spacing, it seems the general consensus is to plant them about 6 inches apart. So I've got this spot behind me here that's about 10 foot wide to the side of some kale and collards that are still growing. And that gave me just enough room to do 4 rows of these shallots. So I did 1 row of each variety, 1 row of the banana, 1 row of the bonita, 1 row of the semi-long, and 1 row of the traditional. After I marked off where my rows were going to be, the next thing I had to do was make me a planting furrow. And we all know the double wheel hoe with a plow set attachment does a great job at making a furrow for planting. So I took my double wheel hoe and ran down those 4 lines there and maybe 4 nice little planting furrows that I could set these shallot sets in. And then for actually putting the shallot sets in the furrow, I decided I'd use me a little redneck ingenuity and try to rig me a way where I could do this standing up and didn't have to get on my knees or bend over to drop these things in the furrow. So I found me an old piece of scrap pipe laying around, and I cut it to length. And the goal was here to just be able to walk down that furrow, drop my shallot sets down this pipe, and they'll land right where I wanted them to go. And it actually worked out pretty dang well. I was able to walk along that row there, scoop my pipe over every 6 inches, drop a shallot down there, and pretty quickly plant those 4 rows. After I had my shallot sets laid in the furrow, all I had to do was close that furrow, put a little dirt on top of those shallot sets. So I took my Hoss Wheel Hoe, because I already had some plows on it that were in the healing position, and I just walked along that furrow, zipped it up, and covered those sets up real nice. So once these guys emerge from the ground, we'll probably treat them just like onions and give them plenty of fertilizer, probably come through there with some Chilean nitrate and side dress them. Now, I didn't put these on drip tape because it was my first time planting shallots. We might find in the future that they do really well on drip tape, just like our onions do. For the first time, we wanted to do it without drip tape just to see. If we've got any experienced shallot growers out there, we'd love to hear your tips and tricks and suggestions for growing better shallots. So put those in the comment section below, and we'll be sure to read them and learn from your experiences. We'll also make several videos along the way to kind of document this process and journey of our first time growing shallots. As always, if you're interested in any of the products shown in this video, you can find those in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time.